Hello, guys. I am Shane Davis, Twitch comic book veteran. I'm here with Yanzi, and today is the day we are talking about comic books again and comic art that goes viral and the price tag that's attached to it. I saw this earlier, and you guys have saw this. And at first, when I saw it, it was so bad, especially for the artist John Cassidy, who I liked his stuff at Wildstorm. I liked his stuff on X-Men. Obviously, I didn't really believe this was him. And until I saw this article, I still didn't believe that this was really an X-Force cover going to print. Of course, that is Beast, and that is a really, really, really bad Wolverine. This looks like something like a first year art student, maybe even an art student in high school would produce. This is a Marvel cover. This is, I don't know if something happened to John, but it looks like it looks. Now, that's not what we're going to get into. We're not getting into why it looks this way, but we're actually going to talk about the fact it went viral and the fact that it's bringing more on the secondary market. Let's get into it.
So this John Cassidy X-Force cover is selling on eBay for an average of $25. The highest they've seen it sell for is $27. So it's one of those variants where you have to pre-qualify by buying, say, maybe 25 copies of just the main cover or something like that, which means that retailers can order as many as they like. Now, obviously, once this hit the streets and people saw it, they're like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe how bad the art is. But then there's some people who look at this thing and think, wow, it got internet famous. I think I should buy a piece of internet history.
In a way, and we're getting into this, guys. What if memes have a price tag to it? What if you could produce comic artwork that went viral even before the internet was a big thing? And that caused the price of the artwork to go up quite a bit. Now, there was recently a Rob Liefeld Captain America piece that went up for auction. I speculated where this would go with some other comic friends of mine. Now, he homaged himself with this Sam Wilson, and it got internet news again. So he double dipped on this piece. Now, this is a famous piece he did. I think it was like Heroes Reborn, Captain America. This wasn't, from my knowledge, actually a cover. It was just a promotional piece. And it's really insane. I mean, the arm doesn't line up with the shield. There's tons of drawings out there. People have made fun of it with the skeleton. Where would it be at? How big his boobs are. His head doesn't really line up with the chest. I will say, when he homaged himself and did the Sam Wilson Captain America, it is a little better. It's still awkward, but it's a little better. So obviously Rob is sort of kind of coming around that, yeah, it was a little too much. Let's just leave it at that. But I was about right on my gauge on this. I said it would be 125,000. I didn't think it would be 100,000 even. I really thought it would get to 100. Now, if this had been a cover, I think it could have brought a lot more. $132,000. Why? Because even before social medias like Twitter or YouTube, even things, Facebook, this was a very much talked about controversial piece of artwork. Wanted the most by Rob Liefeld.
I think what it boils down to is people see it, and like I said, it becomes a part of internet history. Now, obviously, this piece of artwork predated internet, social media, all that stuff. But the fact is that people still like to hold up and say, haha, now look at this. This is what the 90s brought us. Ooh, how terrible. So it became a meme, and it became so popular that, well, I mean, look at it. One old piece of artwork from the 90s, not even a cover, and it fetches 6 figures. That's pretty generous. Now,
Yeah.
I have my own theory, though, on why we're having some of these weird covers coming out recently, like John Cassidy. His art normally doesn't look like this, but my logic here is maybe he's been looking at the kind of covers that the legendary Frank Miller has been turning in for Marvel. This is just one of the most egregious examples we've seen, the Wolverine. And people have been arguing that, yeah, it was saved by Alex Sinclair, which in this case, actually, this cover by John Cassidy also saved by Alex Sinclair. So maybe all these older artists are thinking, well, I don't need to put in that much effort. After all, this guy over here did this and got paid anyway. So
Now,
I don't know if it's so much a memeability thing as, well, I don't have to put in more effort than this guy over here.
in the case of Frank, Frank's selling his name, and Frank probably knows this, and he has other things he's working on, like Frank Miller Presents. And I don't know if this was just a paycheck for Frank. He has some history with Wolverine, and he's made fun of Wolverine a lot in Sin City. So did he put in a low effort on this? I have no idea. Did he want it to be goofy? Again, I have no idea. I'm not Frank Miller. I'm not going to speculate on it. But you have to appreciate that there is this thing, whether it's being done intentionally or not, that social media is becoming this marketable factor for comics going viral. It is the only comic news, really, is whatever people are talking about on Twitter, whether it's how bad it's drawn, a race swap, a gender swap, undoing a history, like now Mystique is Nightcrawler's father, things like that. These things go viral and they don't necessarily drive sales. Now, they don't necessarily drive sales in the direct market per se, but I am seeing like maybe things going viral in some of these cases. These covers are driving sales on the secondary market to just a really niche group of fans that kind of want to go, hey, that's collectible because everybody was talking about it, not because it's necessarily a good piece of artwork. To me, this is like dangerous territory. I know it's going to be a factor in collectabilities just because of the nature of social media, but this is again like social media driven era. NFTs is another thing that people were like, NFTs first came around and are like, well, what if you could sell a famous gift? What if that's a thing? Like that was the big talk at the first breed when NFTs was first coming out. That was the big talk. Like, what if we could take these famous gifts, these memes, and they could be sold and minted, and they have a value to them, and you could actually own them as a currency. This gets really out there and hard to wrap your head around. Is it the next big collectible in comics? Is the most insane image that Marvel and DC will print as a cover and that gets around virally? I don't know. Obviously, this is going for more than the cover price, but you could say that's the same for every comic. What's your thoughts?
I think if Marvel continues to print this stuff, and if they continue to be driven by social media, eventually someone's going to put up a stickman version of some kind of artwork. The internet will cry out and say, yes, we want it. And Marvel will print it, and then it will go down in history as the day the internet destroyed Marvel Comics. So I don't know how much listening to social media this company should really do, honestly. They should really be consulting their art directors for this kind of stuff.
Yeah, they really should. And Shane Davis's Inglorious Rex Volume 2, Second Chance Campaign. We are wrapping this book up this week on pencils, inks, colors. All those things have already been in the works. We're going to go to lettering, pre-press, all that. If you want to get a copy, walking in price, $25 on Inglorious Rex 2, Volume 2, Second Chance. Now's your time. We are not going into demand, so please go check this campaign out. We have 2 new covers that connect together. These are 2 different books, so you want to pick up both, and you can get volume 1 here in this one tier. 9 Lives Comics, the link is down below, or Indiegogo. Check it out. I'll leave you guys with a trailer for this smash hit monster mayhem book, Inglorious Rex Volume 2.
Stepped on the scene, I got greatness all in my jeans. Ain't no way that I can slow down. I'm laced up, look how I shake the ground. Can't touch the crown, but you can kiss the ring. Close your eyes and see how I live a dream. I'm too smooth, MJ with the lean. Don't be fooled, I came through with the team. This is over their heads, how high can it go? I'm too over the edge, got my eyes on the goal. And we right back at it, keep them right on their toes. Look at the way that I move, this is all that I know. Cause I got the drive, I put it in gear. Line them up, I don't see no competitors here. If it ain't first place, we really can't settle for it. Listen up, get ready for it.